Someone with the tissues.
Okay, show me the crying.
Well,
Okay, here's the tears.
This is where I last left off, but the whole thing
Here's
is
the tears of 1920
Oh, yeah?
when my friend started reading this book
You
of
wanna see
World
some
War
nice
II written by a rabbi.
You want
And
you
then
to see.
and he left the page in here where he stopped reading, and his tears literally are. Oh my God!
Okay, you want to see?
Yeah, I want to see
Photographs. This is
the war in Europe.
Yeah, take your time with this. This is an excellent piece of
Okay, so no,
literature.
give me a little, a real
I'll
fast
show you a
overdrive.
happy photograph.
Oh, a happy one.
A happy
Oh, you mean
one.
these are not happy?
Well,
no wonder you're fucking crying.
This one's happy.
Oh, they're getting away. They're
I
on
think
a
they
boat.
got rescued.
They
That's
got
right.
rescued. Well, I'd be
look,
fucking
let's look at
happy
it.
too.
First group of Kindersport children. That's when they evacuated the kids.
Oh no,
As
they're
their ferry
children.
arrives at the English port of Harwich. Yeah, they
Oh,
evacuated
this
the
is
kids.
Auschwitz. It's
But no,
ouch. No
this
wonder
is
they
the
call
early
it Auschwitz. It's fucking Hitler bastard killed 1 million Jews, bro.
Okay, this is a happy photograph here.
And what is this?
These guys got rescued.
Oh my God.
So they're
already.
happy because they're finally getting into port.
Well, I'll tell you something.
See, they're smiling.
Okay, let me
But
tell
that's
you.
'cause they-
Let me tell you a short story.
Okay.
I grew up in a place called Black Forest Resort, 52 miles north of Sault Ste. Marie on Lake Superior, and he was my stepfather. His name was Carl Stahl, and he passed away right now. And he had 7 wives, and I was supposed to be the 3rd wife. He grew me up to marry me, and when he came, I was only 14-year-old virgin, and he wanted to take me to Vegas to marry me to be his 3rd wife.
As at 14.
And my mother wanted to off me for $5 million and 5 acres of land and a house. And
I'll take the
when
deal.
he came to the door, he was dressed in a burgundy suit and a pink tie,
Oh, wow.
and he was a short guy with blonde striking hair.
That's good.
He was already 72 with the piercest blue eyes ever and this great big nose and this mustache. And he goes, Sonia, I am here to marry you. We have to go now. We have to go now to the zoo, drive to the zoo, to the airport, and then we're flying straight to Vegas, and we're marrying through a drive-through wedding.
Oh,
you know
boy.
you're going to be my wife. I grew you since I was 5 years old. I've watched you. I've trained you. When we had Nazi war camp, I don't know what they were called, reunions, and the Germans came all the way from Black Forest, they came from Frankfurt, they came from everywhere in Germany. And he married Miss Berlin.
Wow.
And she was so fucking beautiful. I never seen a woman so beautiful in my life. And he brought her to the Black Forest. Now, I was just a little girl. But my brother had the biggest heart-on ever because she looked like a Barbie doll.
Oh, boy.
And she had a gold bikini on.
That's tempting.
And you're like 14 years old and you're a boy. And you're a virgin. And you're 6 foot tall. And you look like... my brother looked like Clint Eastwood and / Miley Cyrus's father
Billy Ray
/ Donald Trump in between.
Oh, that's you just took
Gorgeous fucking like this guy
Oh.
like, and he
You got 2 out of 3, man.
he was a country boy with the tightest Wrangler blue jeans and cowboy boots and the and
Great hair, but can he sing?
oh fuck. And his name was Roderick Earl Schoolcraft. And he passed away at 44 years old of cancer.
Oh, wow.
And we were 11 months apart. And when I lost Rod, I lost my life.
I like that name, Rod.
Roderick
Yes, that's a
Earl
full-
Schoolcraft. And my grandfather was a multi-millionaire from Montreal. He owned half of fucking Quebec and Montreal. He was from Sherbourne, Quebec. He's a Schoolcraft. And Schoolcrafts go back from 1508. And they are a royal family, and they are in all the history books. And when I was running the resort up north where I lived, I went 52 miles north to Sault Ste. Marie to high school, and my public school was 42 miles. It was a real something crazy. So what happened was this lady came over because they were all Americans.
Probably.
And Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, where I went to school, in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, I went to school. And across from Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan to Sault Ste. Marie, Canada, is just a bridge. And she said to me,
Goes to Michigan.
She says to me, what is your name?
I think it was Mishmashalak.
She had the reddest hair I've ever seen in the history of the world, with the greenest eyes, and she was short, and she loved to pick agates along the lake shores of Lake Superior, and she stayed in one of the log cabins that my father and my Mr. Stahl,
They call it a lodge.
yeah, Mr. Stahl had built, and she would come every year, and she said to me, you are such a cute little girl. How old are you? I go, I'm 9. She says, but you're running this whole resort. I don't understand. What is your name? I said, my name is Sonia. She says, Sonia what? I said, Schoolcraft. And she just stopped still. And the whole world stopped still. And she glared me in the eye. She goes, Schoolcraft County in Michigan? Do you know that? Schoolcraft County in Missouri? Do you know that? Do you know about Henry Rose Schoolcraft, the great historian? I go, no. She says, well, that's your family.
She knew more about your family name than you did.
Because she was from there.
She hit the basis.
What do you mean she was from there?
From where specifically? You named it.
1832, my great-grandfather.
You named a couple different locations.
Listen to me. My great-grandfather was the first, he was a New York senator, and his name is Henry Rose Schoolcraft, and he's in all the history books, and he was the first, he was a New York senator from New York, and he hated it, and he went and he wanted to be a geologist, and he wanted to do something for the American Indians, and he married an Indian princess.
I see.
Now, when I told you about my heritage,
It was
now do
complicated.
you believe me?
Well, I believe you, but it's still too complicated for me to fully comprehend
Well,
all of a sudden.
we're going to Google it all, and you're going to find out. So, wait, there's a beautiful ship here.
This is the one
Mr.
they rescued
Rogers.
the guys from. But notice, at the time, it was under Nazi control. Now,
Nazi control.
This is the ship that they saved with all the crew on it.
Okay. The reason why I'm telling you this story about Mr. Stahl is because he was in the Second World War.
Okay.
And he was in Auschwitz when he was very young. And guess what he used to do?
I don't know.
He used to rescue Jews from Hitler killing them.
Oh, so it's someone like Schindler.
And what happened was I married a gentleman called Mr. Harold Hyman Futerman. And I brought him to meet the man I was supposed to be his third wife, but he took Miss Berlin because I told him to go fuck off, and I crawled under my bed because I was too young and I was a virgin.
I guess you can't
He
be
just passed
bothered.
away about 5 years ago. I think he was like 89 or something. Anyway, to make a long distance
that's
story
pretty
short, I brought my second husband, his name was Harold Hyman Futerman, to meet Mr. Karl Stahl, who was this staunch German Nazi. And I thought to myself, holy fuck, is he going to accept him? And my husband had the big blue eyes, huge, with white lightning bolts in them, and blonde hair, tall and gorgeous. My husband, Mr. Harold Hyman Futerman. And guess what happened?
What happened?
They embraced each other, and Karl Stahl, this Nazi German, sat down and told him all the stories how he rescued the Jews in the Second World War. So signing off right now with Sonia Futerman, still keeping the name.
Hey, listen, what if you found
Love you guys.
that name inside this book?
Who knows? I gotta go.